Anna, you referred to it as the black box earlier. There aren't all the details, but we're trying to address that by looking at kind of bigger picture, more macro. Looking at these measures, where do we, as Rex alluded to, where the bubble measures, the ones where we're close to the thresholds, either up or above or below, and working there, because based on the information that's there, you can't get down to that very detailed decimal point kind of results at this point. So it's just figuring out what makes sense to be, materially correct to go after, I think, Melissa, what you're talking about, the blind race. What information do we have at our fingertips that can help us at least perform as well as we possibly can on the measures that are likely going to matter the most?
Should they say? Remember, we have an election, y'all. I mean, if we have a switch in administration, the working theory is that they may evaporate anyway. So, they could go poof.
Right. So let's talk about what can they do, right? What can they do? So based on what you just said, Mick, right, I think it's super important for plans to understand where are they on those, what you would just call the bubble measures. Where the bubble measures, those would be where, if you break all your measures up into performance in the top third, middle third, or lowest third, which ones are you, close to getting to the next upper bucket, or which ones are you close to getting to the next lower bucket? Because it's super harmful for you to get those negative points, especially on those measures that are weighted more heavily than others. Super important to understand where you are in each of the measures. How close are you to the bubble to get to the next higher, or at least to do no harm, right? What I mean by do no harm is, stay in the middle.
Yeah, and reality is, it's going to benefit the plan the same amount whether you're moving from the bottom to the middle or the middle to the top, because it's either 1, 0, or -1, right? So, the idea that we should just go focus on the lowest performing ones, at least from a STARS math standpoint, doesn't make as much sense as focusing on the bubble measures. Protect the ones above the threshold, make sure that they stay above the threshold, move the ones just below, as many of them as you can, up above. That's where at least you optimize it from a math standpoint.
Yeah, so you got to play defense. On this particular methodology change, you have to play defense just as much as you have to play offense, right? Is that what we're saying?
We look at it just the way we would look at trying to optimize your quality improvement measures, right? Like you're either going to be in significant improvement, no significant change, or significant decline. Any one of those moves to get up to that next one, or at least protect from dropping into it, same exact concept. That's how we've optimized that for years. And so, at least to me, with the information we have, that's what makes the most sense.